What's going on? Got my jazz in the background. About to talk about what's going on with the storm. Up to 25 inches of rain. New Orleans faces a storm of biblical proportions. They keep saying biblical proportions all through the year. Last year of these floods. Look how the storm is shaped now. It was out of place, but now it's shaped. Let me see. It's shaped like a real hurricane. If this hurricane sneeze wrong, if it's blink wrong, if it cough wrong, it's a wrap. New Orleans is about to be hit by a extreme rainfall event that is likely to be the worst disaster that the city has seen since Hurricane Katrina. Look at that. It is being projected that Tropical Storm Barry could officially become a hurricane before it makes landfall on Saturday. But in this case, the wind speed is not really that important. It ain't, buddy. Instead, the massive amount of this immense storm will dump on southern Louisiana is the greatest danger. Because the region is potentially facing flooding that is absolutely unprecedented. In fact, one weather expert is even warning that the flooding could be so dramatic that it might actually change the course of American history. The other day, Elder Chalet said it rained about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the whole street of New Orleans was already flooded. In Hurricane Katrina, the rivers was already over 3 feet high in Hurricane Katrina. The rivers is over 16 feet high now. If this hurricane sneezes wrong, it's a wrap. Weather expert Eric Harthos warned that while the impending disaster would be an entirely different type of flooding than 2005 Katrina, it could be just as harmful and might even change the course of American history. So why is there so much concern? Well, the NOAA is now projecting that some portions of southern Louisiana could get up to 25 inches of rain from this storm. And think about this. Even if they got 8 or 10 inches of rain, the river's already over 16 feet below average. That 10 inches of rain can damage a lot. 5 inches can damage a lot. 25 inches, 2 feet. The NOAA Weather Prediction Center upped its rainfall forecast for Barry on Thursday afternoon, calling for a pocket of 20 to 25 amounts near Barry's track between Thursday and Sunday evening. It's very unusual for a NOAA WPC forecast to depict amounts above 20 inches. Depict amounts above 20 inches, which testifies to the center's high confidence in this extreme rainfall event. Many parts of New Orleans are already severely flooded. It's already flooded. And if that amount of rain actually falls on the city over the next several days, the water pumps are going to be completely overwhelmed. In addition, this is the very first time that New Orleans has ever had to deal with a tropical system when water levels on the Mississippi River are this high. Wow, this is the very first time that New Orleans has ever had to deal with a tropical system when water levels on the Mississippi River are this high. According to CNN, the river is about 8 to 10 feet higher than it normally would be at this time of the year. Tropical Storm Barry presents New Orleans with an unprecedented problem, according to National Weather Service. Now they say it's 8 to 10 feet above higher than it normally be, but when Katrina happened, it was 3 feet above normal. Now it's 16 feet above normal when Katrina happened. The Mississippi River, which is usually at 6 to 8 feet in the midsummer in the Big Easy, is now at 16 feet, owing to record flooding that's taking place this year all along the waterway. Tropical Storm Barry is going to produce a substantial storm surge, and normally that wouldn't be too much of a problem. But in this case, it could push the water levels in the Mississippi River above the levee system that protects New Orleans. The center warned New Orleans residents that if the storm becomes a hurricane, it could potentially bring a coastal storm surge into the mouth of the Mississippi River, capable of raising the river's height to 20 feet above sea level, the highest crest in more than 90 years, almost a century, and high enough to overflow some sections of the levee system protecting the city. We are being told authorities have great confidence in this levee system, but we all remember that what happened during hurricanes. Yeah. It gonna be fine, all that shit happened, whatever. So basically, New Orleans is facing a perfect recipe for flooding, and nobody is quite sure what is going to happen next. Already, a state of emergency has been declared in 5 parishes. Look, there are 3 ways that Louisiana floods: storm surge, high rivers, and rain. Governor John Bell Edwards said Thursday. We're going to have all 3. States of emergency have been declared in New Orleans. Jefferson, St. Bernard, Plaquemines, and St. Charles Parish, Jefferson Parish, and Plaquemines Parish have instituted mandatory evacuations as a precaution in low-lying areas of those outside major levees. At this point, we don't have to wonder if there would be a catastrophic flooding in New Orleans, because some parts of the city are already under 3 to 4 feet of water, thanks to all the rain that has already fallen. After Wednesday onslaught of heavy rain, Valerie Burton said her neighborhood looked like a lake outside her door. See that? There was about 3 to 4 feet of water in the street, pouring into the sidewalks. And at my door, Burton said, I went to my neighbors to alert them and tell them to move their cars. Over the next few days, things would get a lot worse for New Orleans. The only question is how much worse. And guess what? And guess what? Once the storm leaves southern Louisiana, it is expected to head north directly through the heartland of America. Yes, the exact same area that has been relentlessly pounded by storm after storm for months. We were already potentially facing widespread crop failures all across the middle portion of the country, and this massive storm is going to make things much worse. I saw a video today, and Nebraska was flooded this week. Like you go to a gas station, it's like cars was covered in water up to the top of those cars. So Nebraska and the Midwest is still dealing with floods on top of what's about to happen. The Most High is judging. This guy, I was looking at his video, I got this article from, he said, oh, this is engineered. These are godless Edomites. And some of these Negroes are godless. These nations are godless. So they can easily say, oh, that's geoengineering. They don't understand judgment on their ass. This is judgment on Esau and Edom. Yes, the exact same area that has been a relentless pound. Okay, we were already potentially facing widespread crop failures all across the middle portion of this country. And this massive storm is going to make things much worse. According to the NOAA, the 12 months ended in June were the wettest 12 months in all of U.S. history. According to the NOAA, the 12 months ending in June were the wettest 12 months in all of U.S. history. Rain, and plenty of it, was the big weather story in June. Adding to a record-breaking 12 months of precipitation, the continuous contentious U.S. to U.S. It's the third consecutive time, 2019. April, May, and June. The past 12-month precipitation record hit at an all-time high. And now here in July, an absolutely monstrous storm is going to rip through the middle of the country at the worst possible time. The scenarios that I have been warning about are starting to develop right in front of our eyes, and many Americans are becoming extremely concerned about what the months ahead will bring. It seems like every week we are talking about another unprecedented disaster. America is being hammered over and 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 over again. And this latest blow to New Orleans looks like it could be extremely severe. Let us hope that this storm does not turn out to be as bad as the meteorologists are now projecting, because it appears that many Americans are about to have their lives completely turned upside down. The Most High, he could have done this in the Essence Fest. With those Negroes down there doing all that foolishness in the Essence Fest. He could have did it then. But he didn't. Think about it. The Essence Fest was like last week before last. He could have went down there and destroyed those people. Our people. Down there doing a Tootsie Roll and shit. With those celebrities and all that foolishness. But they didn't. Period. Period. No. I had a dream last night as well about, once again, it was two snakes in the water. And I'm outside my door. And the streets was flooded. My streets was flooded. And it was a snake swimming so fast. And it was like a red color. Like, what the? This is a damn demon snake? What the hell is this? It was like glowing. And there was another snake just swimming in the water. Now, if that dream was a reflection of this Hurricane Barry Bonds is going to knock a home run to New Orleans. Because if this hurricane sneezes wrong, it's a wrap. If my dream is anything like if my dream was a reflection of this hurricane, a tropical storm that's coming by, then get ready. Get prepared. This is no joke. It's no joke. The Most High is not done judging. We are a stiff-necked people. I know we can't afford to move out certain places like New Orleans, but they say New Orleans is sinking, and it always have flood pockets. It's a perfect place for a natural disaster like flood or hurricane to happen. So I just want you guys to, if you're out there in New Orleans, be careful. Because it seems like, once again, the Most High has brewed up another recipe for disaster. This has been Wake Up Israel News with Chris Judah. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. And I love you guys. And yeah, man, be careful. Because our Father, the Most High, is just getting warmed up. We ain't seen nothing yet. Shalom.